Here's the real reason it's harder to lose weight after 40 years of age. Number one, there's an increase in a hormone and a toxic byproduct that causes your body to hold on to body fat. It will not release it. It will not let go. As a matter of fact, this is called lipolysis. Fat burn is called lipolysis, and it's blocking lipolysis. This will sabotage weight loss, fat loss, metabolism, and it'll even accelerate aging. Here's the key. You can eat right, you can exercise, you can fast like all the influencers tell you to do, and it won't work because your body is locked into this massive, powerful biochemical mechanism that's really on a scale of evolutionary power, something you can't fight against. Your body will give you crazy cravings to eat things like carbs to try to get your caloric count up. So you don't want to fight against this mechanism, you want to fix the mechanism. Here's the key. It's not your fault. Here's why it's occurring. According to recent research, and I mean research that's published right now today, researchers are telling us 93% of the American population have a problem with metabolic health. 93%. Now, I want you to think of the gravity of that. What that means is if out of a room of 100 otherwise healthy individuals, 93% are having a problem. It's the reason why almost 72% of the U.S. population is overweight, and the other 20% are headed straight there. The reality is the researchers tell us there's something we can do about that. And here's the first key. I want you to listen to this first key in context, because in context it makes perfect sense, and it really is the core to the whole message. Number one, first, insulin creeps up out of the healthy range into the slightly unhealthy range. It's just a little bit of a creep. This creep locks you into basically carb burn and keeps you out of fat burn. It stops metabolic flexibility. In this case, we're not talking about diabetes or prediabetes or metabolic syndrome. I don't want you to be thinking about that. We're talking about otherwise healthy individuals like you and I that have just a little bit of a problem with insulin. Now, here's the key. Virtually no one is looking at this on blood tests. For example, your medical doctor every year, he or she pulls your blood test, and they look at a lot of different blood parameters. Number one, they're looking at fasting glucose. You'll never see, or almost you'll never see, fasting insulin. Insulin's the key here. The other key is it's within the healthy range. It's just crept up just a little bit, according to researchers, and that locks you out of lipolysis into carb burn and stops metabolic flexibility. So 93% of the American population have a problem in this category. Here's what happens. When insulin creeps up and you try to go to sleep at night, it disrupts healthy sleep patterns. There are three ways in the population this typically manifests. Number one, a person has trouble falling asleep. In this scenario, let's say their bedroom is the perfect temperature for sleeping. The mattress is a comfortable one. The pillow is an orthopedic pillow, perfect for their neck. They've got their comfy jammies on or sleeping clothes, and they put their head against the pillow, and 45 minutes later, they're still awake. Now, that's common, but it's not normal. About a third of the population has a problem there. Another third of the population has a problem staying asleep. In this case, they fall asleep easily, no problem, but they wake up in the middle of the night with their head racing, and they can't go back to sleep. That's the second category. The third one is literally hidden in plain sight. This is an individual that tells you their sleep is fine. They fall asleep, stay asleep for 7 to 8 hours, and they wake up, but here's the key. They're not refreshed. They're not restored and reinvigorated like they were when they're younger. Matter of fact, it's not a technical term, but they'll tell a doctor, like me, that they feel like dog do all day long. They'll talk about fatigue and tiredness. This person likely tells their spouse, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee in the morning, because they can't operate until caffeine brings their activity up in their brain, their alertness and their focus. This individual chases, or rather pounds, caffeine all day long in the form of coffee or energy drinks or tea or something to try to create energy. So in any of these cases, there's a disruption in healthy sleep. And on a deeper level, if you measure it, you'll notice that they have a problem with their deep sleep. Scientists call deep sleep slow wave sleep. And during slow wave sleep, your brain is releasing growth hormone. You don't want to interrupt that because growth hormone is an amazing anti-aging, healthy aging elixir. Every organ, gland, tissue, and system in the human body is resting, repairing, regenerating, and restoring when growth hormone's high and you're into deep sleep. So you don't want that compromised. In addition to that, if you start to lose growth hormone as you age, which is common, You'll also lose glutathione and superoxide dismutase. Now, if you're not familiar with these two terms, these are your body's major endogenous antioxidants, which means your body produces these antioxidants to protect your cells from oxidative stress. Now, with less glutathione and less superoxide dismutase, your cells are aging at an accelerated rate because of the oxidative stress. As a matter of fact, that's the number one cause of aging. So the reality is everything starts to decouple and unravel because deep sleep quality is off because insulin's just slightly higher than it should be. In addition to that, I want to share this with you. One night's bad sleep decreases insulin sensitivity by 25%. One night. So the next day your insulin's high because you didn't sleep well last night. Now imagine stacking a second night, third night, fourth, fifth, sixth night after that, or weeks or months. You destroy your insulin sensitivity, and that's only measurable on a blood test. Again, your insulin's within the healthy range. It's just crept up a little bit, which is now disrupting your deep sleep quality. The next thing that occurs is really insidious. It causes hormonal disruption in both men and women, and this manifests differently, of course. For women, they have an imbalance in pregnenolone, progesterone, and estrogen. Now, they're told this is perimenopause or menopausal symptoms, and that's true, but the key is the driver is just a little bit of excess insulin that nobody's looking at. Number two, in men, there's a disruption in total testosterone, free testosterone, and estradiol or estrogen. This is why a man can get a dad bod. They can work out as much as they possibly can, as hard as they can, and nothing changes. They're working like crazy. If they did the same workouts when they were 20 or 30, they'd be building muscle, but now they're lacking muscle because the hormone disruption has destroyed their body's ability to produce skeletal muscle. Now think of this. Across the country, how many low T centers are there that are built to artificially increase a man's testosterone with a pill, potion, or lotion? The reality is they need better insulin sensitivity. There's actually an inverse relationship between insulin and testosterone, and what that means is if insulin goes up, testosterone goes down every time. It's an immutable law. If insulin goes up just a little, testosterone will go down. Again, I want you to think of the epidemic of men today that have, quote, low T, and insulin is the culprit. Now, the next thing in both men and women is it wrecks metabolism, and here's how. When your deep sleep is good, your slow wave sleep is good, growth hormone goes up, and the next day you have a boost in your basal metabolic rate. That's the rate at which your body burns fuel or calories. So now this person does not have a problem burning fat because they're metabolically flexible and their cells are demanding more energy, consuming more energy. The beautiful part is these cells now have more ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. That's the energy currency in every cell in your body. So now your basal metabolic rate went up, and the key is your cells are now juiced with the energy they need to thrive. What do they do with this excess energy? They take in nutrients better. They metabolize them better, and they excrete and get rid of the waste products better, so they naturally detoxify. This is why so many influencers tell you that you need a detox product. Guess what? You don't need a detox product. You just need better sleep and better insulin sensitivity, because that's the driver of this problem. So the key that now is to answer the question, how do you restore your metabolic health? Well, you can restore healthy insulin sensitivity and bring insulin down and change this whole dynamic by improving deep sleep and taking natural polyphenol nutrients that you find in plants. These polyphenols are what's called exercise mimetics, which means they mimic exercise. You get the benefits of exercise just by consuming these polyphenol nutrients. And here's the key. They unlock an enzyme that's within your body that causes your body to turn on the fat burning switch and tell your body it's okay now to let go of fat and burn it for fuel. Sound good? I wrote a book called Factor Focus, and this is one of the major factors in the book, Deep Sleep. I will give you the chapter on deep sleep for free. All you've got to do is go to thefactorfocusbook.com and download your free chapter on deep sleep today. What are the benefits? You've heard them. You're going to improve your metabolic rate, improve growth hormone, improve glutathione and superoxide dismutase, look better, feel better, and age slower, all by unlocking this enzyme to help your body burn fat for fuel. Sound good? Go to the factorfocusbook.com website and download your free chapter on improving your deep sleep quality today. I hope to see you there.